Peggy 18.
Hello, welcome back to Ubisoft's coverage of E3 2010. Thanks for joining us. We're here to talk about Assassin's Creed Brotherhood with Mission Director Galek Simard.
Yes.
I pronounced that right.
It's all good.
Sweet, I've been practicing all day. So what we're trying to do here is kind of have like a casual conversation where we just talk about some of the more high-level concepts behind the game. Why don't we just kick it off with the first question, which is, how do you feel continuing Ezio's story?
That's a good question. Personally, I'm super happy to be talking about Ezio again because even though we gave a really good story in AC2 of Ezio the young noble becoming a master assassin and avenging his family and showing how the fight between Templars and Assassin has changed from the Third Crusade to the Italian Renaissance, we felt like there was more to tell about Ezio, and our fans seem to say the same thing, that they wanted to hear more about Ezio.
Yeah, no, I definitely see that in both our forums and on Facebook. I get messages through Twitter all the time. People are really excited about Ezio. So what are your expectations for the game?
Even though the game comes out just 1 year after AC2, I'm really confident about what we're going to give the player because a lot of the team worked on AC2 and a lot of us even worked on AC1. And what we did is that we didn't ramp down after Assassin's Creed 2. And we just went into the Brotherhood game. So we thought of the new story, what it's going to be about. There was Rome that we just teased a bit in AC2, and we really wanted to build this city. So with our experience and just the fact that we're building upon the engine of Assassin's Creed 2, we're taking that engine, we know how it works, and we're just adding new stuff to it. So that's what's making the game a full new game and not just an expansion.
Yeah, it's really cool that, I mean, you can feel the energy on the development floor. Switching gears a little bit, one of the things that I've been noticing, like within our community in particular, is a lot of people, Assassin's Creed 2 sparked an interest in history for them. So people have been looking up on Wikipedia Renaissance history. And a part of that is they've been discovering things about Cesare Borgia. And some of them are kind of worried, you know, that reading history, now they know the story, and maybe it spoiled something.
Even, like, we're based on historical facts, but we like to play with history. And for sure, you're in for a lot of surprises on Assassin's Creed Brotherhood story-wise, even if you've read about Cesare and how crazy he is and what his relation is with other characters of the game. For example, one thing that we played with in Brotherhood is that we're saying that the Borgias are the first one who had the Swiss guards for papal guards, when in reality it was Julius III, I think in 1508. So we're saying that they created these guards to fight off the assassins, but then Julius III just liked the idea and took it for himself.
We have Assassin's Creed 1, we have Assassin's Creed 2. This is Assassin's Creed Brotherhood. Can you explain a little bit about why we decided to use Brotherhood?
Yeah, that's an important question because we felt like if we would have named the game Assassin's Creed 3, players and even ourselves would have expected a new ancestor. And because it's the sequel to AC2 and we're still telling the story of Ezio, that's why we didn't want to give it the number 3. And the Brotherhood also, the Brotherhood word also has its importance because in this game, Ezio won't be able to fight off the Templars by himself. He's going to have to reunite the underground, create his own guild of assassins, and train them to help him fight the Borgias in Rome. And the Brotherhood also applies to our multiplayer and the story with the Templar Brotherhood.
That's perfect, because that leads into my next question, is how does the multiplayer fit into the story?
The story of the multiplayer is on the Templar side. So as you might remember at the beginning of AC2, when Desmond and Lucy leave Abstergo, there's a room full of animi. And what the Templars are doing is taking all the memories from the subjects, the assassin subjects, and with the bleeding effect, they're making Templars play and training them to become assassins to fight fire with fire in the Templar versus Assassin War. So when you play the multiplayer, you have a role in the balance of the fight between Templars and Assassins.
Well, thanks very much for joining us. It's been a pleasure having you on the show.
Thanks for having me.
If you want to know more about Assassin's Creed Brotherhood, be sure to check out assassinscreed.com. Thanks for watching.